Good morning. Happy Monday. We are all outfitted with a headset, trying to work on this other computer that I have, see if this comes in a little bit better, at least help the camera from shifting around and getting dark. We'll see how this works. But today we're talking about parking zone. And you may say parking lot. No, not parking lot, but parking zone. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But it's interesting the things that we can learn about when we are struggling to figure out where we are in life. Lisa Bosca has talked about a little bit this morning about what are the 6, 7 traits that we see in ourselves. And that's a great question. I urge you to go see the rest of her video, because she's actually leading up to a great point and you want to capture that. Eric Reed had some issues with his computer this morning, his network connection. So we're continuously learning, okay, what is it when we're faced with a challenge? What is it that we are going to do? Are we going to react, or are we just going to end up, just throwing in the towel? Are we going to, or are we going to respond? So are we going to throw in the towel? Are we going to react in a really bad way, get all anxious and frustrated and tear all that negative energy into ourselves and build up this big bubble of negative juices flowing through our body for the rest of the day because we're ticked off at something? Or are we going to respond in an appropriate way? There's always this challenge of learning something, and there's really like 3 zones. John Maxwell comes up with 3 zones of where we are at in our learning capability, in our learning style. I ask you this morning, before we get to those 3 zones, what are you facing today? Are you anxious and ready to go? Are you, hey, everything's okay, I'm just cool, I'm just going through my checklist, or I'm just going through the day, I've got my agenda filled out and I'm all happy? And to that I ask, is it developing you? Is it taking you to a different level? Or are you just simply in a parking zone? I often think about when I'm standing, it's really like a standing zone, right? You park outside a shopping retail store. So you're in a shopping mall, you're parked in the no parking zone, the fire lane, because somebody in your car has just run in for a minute, maybe it's to get a shop kick on their phone, and they're running back out. They just had a little walk-in bonus, and they were running back to the car, and you're just sitting there, and you're just waiting. And you really don't do much other than maybe you might look in your rearview mirror to see if there's somebody else coming down the lane that's going to require you to get out of the way. Or you may just say, I don't really care. I'm going to look at my phone, and I'm just going to chill here while that person does what they want. And when they come back, then we'll just proceed on our way. Or you're just saying, wow, I look really good today. Let's see. Yeah. You're looking in the rearview mirror at yourself. Are you in that parking zone? Are you comfortable? Have you outfitted your parking zone, your comfort zone, with everything that you need? Got your coffee cup, you have your, water maybe, or some other beverage. You've got, your remote control. You've got a whole bunch of things that are within you, around you, in you, really, in your mind, and comfort around you, that you don't feel that you need to do anything more than just be in the parking zone. You're fine, you're comfort, you have everything that you need. How many times have you heard that in conversations over your life? I've got everything I need. And of course, there's other people who say, oh, I wish I had that. 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 They're always wanting something else, but they're not willing to do the work. But there's a select group of people, and it's probably the group of people that are willing to actually apply the lessons of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Or some other book that really has an insight into life and what are the components. It might be your favorite book that actually propels you forward. So as I grabbed this book, it's Leadership Gold by John Maxwell. In chapter 14, he talks about 3 zones. The coasting zone, and that's the people, I don't even do what I've done before. I'm just going through life and, hey, if I do it, I don't do it. If I've done it already. I've already climbed that hill. I don't want to do it again. I've looked at the penguins at the zoo. Don't want to do that again. I walked the beach. Why? Why would I want to go back there again? It's so far. I have to drive an hour to get there. Oh, there's no beach. There's no sand. It's so overrated. It's overrated, man. Are you in the coasting zone? Do you find your life, that's a simple example, right? I don't want to go there. Sometimes your kids may be in the coasting zone. I just want to play with my Xbox. I just want to hang out on my phone. I don't need to do anything. Stop bothering me. Then we're in the comfort zone. Most of the time we're in the comfort zone. Ineffectively, we're in the comfort zone. I do what I already know what I can do. You're not challenged. You don't go any further. So that's it, right? You just say, I know all I need to do. Are you like that at work? Yeah, you get some training. Yes, you get some training. You get what you need to know. You may get some skills, something else, how to be a better communicator, how to do other things. But it's work imposing you on, well, you need to do this as part of your employment agreement. You need to take these classes for these compliance issues, or you need to know about diversity, and you need to know about sexual harassment, and all these policy issues. You have to pass those classes. But they're not really classes. They're just compliance and somebody else's agenda. And we talked about this in Dot and Dash and the right recipe. Check out those episodes. They were Thursday, Friday last week. Who's directing your agenda? Is it the compliance department? Nothing wrong with that. We all need to make sure we're protected in this legal environment that we have, that somebody can sue us for the simplest thing, for the wrong word to be said at the wrong time, for a look that is interpreted differently, for a thought that's not expressed, but somebody thinks they know what you're thinking. So there's training, but there's something more you're called to do. There's something more that you're called to be. I just found out that I'm a Panera Rewards member, and for the 3rd time this year, I've got free bagels. Wow. I'm called to go get a bagel every day. Am I? I love the bagels. I love the bagels, especially every day you get a free bagel. Your choice of what's ever on stock. What's in the bins? Get a free bagel. Why not? So Panera has been really good to me this year. 3 months of bagels so far. Last year and the year before it was just 1 month. So there's a benefit of being a rewards member, but you're not called to go and think you're fulfilled in life by getting a reward from Panera. You're not called to get a free bagel. It's a little bonus, but it's not what you're called to do. So what is it that you are directing in your agenda every day? Like for myself, for others in my team, we're always striving to learn more from others, to take time to interact, to grow, to talk at a higher level with like-minded people on the same journey. So that breaks us into the third zone. John calls this the challenge zone. I attempt to do what I haven't done before. And you may have heard this where people ask you, what is it that you've done for the first time? When was it the last time that you did something for the first time? Hi, Mary. Welcome. We're just wrapping up here. Are you in the parking zone? And today we took a look at what are the three zones that we find ourselves in. And most of the time it's in the parking zone. It's just sitting and watching the world go by. But we are called to be in the breakthrough zone. We are called to actually every day learn something new and learn something to go further. We are called to be and do something for the first time every day. Look at your agenda, look at your calendar, and see if you are blocking out time for the things that are important in your life before you take on the appointments that someone else has for you. And remember, those appointments are at your choosing. So don't allow others to do it. Don't allow others to put their appointments on your calendar. Accept them as if they are valuable to you. What's the value that you're going to get out of that conversation today? Keep it short. Don't, fall into the meeting gap. The gap of, hey, there's a meeting and it's going to go for 2 hours and I have to sit through all 2 hours. No, force them and say, I'm only going to spend 20 minutes. You give me the topics or else give me the recap because I have much more important things to do in my day than sit in a mindless meeting for 2 hours that has no agenda, that has no conclusion, that is just full of information that could be summarized in another means. Look at today's calendar, see what you're doing, and see where your shortfalls are. Make today the best masterpiece you can. Make tomorrow even better because you're discontented with what you accomplished today. Take care, be well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Not in the parking zone, but in the breakthrough zone. Be well.